So, welcome back to this series of podcasts about exemplar leaders. And right now, I have here with me Mark van Beuningen. He's the group CEO of SIM Financial Services. Mark, thank you for being here with me today.
Absolute pleasure.
Okay, so I would like to interview you and talk about development. As you are a leader, an executive, and an exemplar leader, could you tell us a bit about yourself and what's your style of leadership?
Good question. So I think my style of leadership is like I really want, in the first instance, really want to be there to support, I guess, my direct reports or the leaders that report to me to succeed and to be as good leaders as possible. And a lot of that's, I guess, due to my upbringing and what I was exposed to throughout my career. So the best parts of my professional career were when people actually invested time into me, and that's whether it was through coaching, through mentoring, and that really helped me to grow significantly as a person. So I really want, yeah. So now, and I think from looking at, I guess, the leaders or the managers that I thought were bad and the leaders or managers that are good, I really showed me what I didn't want to be, which was important, and then what I did want to be in terms of the, I guess, being a role model to my team, but then also how to support them, and really it's down to, yes, I think sitting down in the first instance, really sitting down with them and understanding what's important to them, and that's, I think, firstly, personally is very important, because I think when we're at work, people forget that people have personal lives, and there's, whether you're a mother with kids or a father with kids, or like you've got aspirations outside of work. It's important for you to understand like what those aspirations are, because it gives you an idea of the kind of person they are. And then it's important for you to understand what are the aspirations at work, because everyone's different. Everyone's got, some people just want to come and work and get their work done. But most people who are leaders in an organization, they've got ambitions themselves. I think it's important to understand that, and then really important to understand in their given roles, where do they need the support? So what are they struggling with, and listening to them. So I think it's, for me, I'm a very good listener. So I really try to listen to people. And then, like in my one-to-ones I have with my team, it's really I structure them so that they really come to the one-to-ones, and we have they come prepared and say these are the list of issues or topics they'd like to discuss, a brief overview of them, and at least I can really spend some detailed time with them, just unpacking how I can support them. So for me, it's really around providing that support to the team so that they can succeed themselves.
Okay, you sound like a good leader. Sounds very inspiring. So let's go to the other phase. Tell me then about the challenges that you find as a leader on a daily basis, and how you overcome them.
I think the biggest challenges certainly in my company, I think it's probably common to most CEOs, is actually getting your teams to work well together. Right? And so whether that's like your senior executive team working as one, because theoretically as a company you should have one common goal. But typically people, like you can talk the talk, but then when it comes to getting down to your job, people go into their silos of their business unit or their department, and really kind of get protective of what they're doing, and don't necessarily think of like what is the common goal that we're trying to achieve, and how can I support my peers to get there as well. So for me, it's like the one biggest, I guess, issue I find is getting everyone on the same page and really getting people to work well together.
That's very interesting. So, relating to what you have just said, what's the importance, according to you, of executive coaching and team coaching as well?
So I think it's having been through executive coaching myself a few times. Well, I guess in different parts of my career, but then most recently as a CEO, I think it's. I think to me it's critically important. I think it's, at the crux of it, I've always wanted to improve as a person and as a professional, And I think when you get to, I guess, the senior executive level, you've been recognized that you're very technically good at what you do. So whether that's at risk, at sales, compliance, whatever it is. And as a CEO, it's probably similar. So like you've shown good performance in what you've done. But like once you get to leadership level, you certainly as a CEO, you need to. There's a lot of the more soft skills and being able to think more holistically around how to lead people better. Because it's not, you can't just be the CEO and then say do this, do that. It's not going to work, right? Like you need to listen to people, understand. Like given what your strategy that you set for the company is, how do you get people to be motivated to execute on that? And it's sitting down with people and helping them to understand that, but understanding from their perspective how can you support them to do that as well. So I guess for executive coaching is really helping me to understand. Like a part of executive coaching is really getting feedback from I guess your for me my board is I guess who I report to, so I get good feedback from my board in terms of what their perceptions were of me, what I was doing well, where I could improve, and also from my direct reports, and then also through introspection just giving my views on where I thought I needed to learn. And then that really helped me to, I guess, get to another level in terms of self-awareness and understanding what I needed to work on better to become a better leader. And I think the same goes for professional coaching. I think it's all around understanding what your strengths are, but then like building on those strengths, but also understanding how you can improve holistically as a leader.
Okay, thank you. Very inspiring. And since you were mentioning it, what are the things that you do to develop yourself?
So apart from the executive coaching, so what I try and do is read a lot. So not just the novels, but also like good books about whether it's about leadership, about strategy, etc. But then I've then also listened to good podcasts or good videos on like people who are renowned in the leadership field, and just really get different perspectives. Because I think it's like we've all got our own view of what good leadership is, but unless you've taken a lot of different thoughts or perspectives from different people, it's very hard to understand like how you can do better. And it's really, I guess, just constantly just going through, I guess, a learning process myself, and listening to other people, reading about leaderships. It's really helped me to build on that. I think that's the main thing. And I'm a member of an organization called YPO, which is a Young Presidents Organization, and that's it's a global organization of young CEOs. And then Mauritius, we've got our own YPO chapter. And it's quite amazing. You got, you basically every month you put into a group of about 8 to 10 different CEOs, and every month you meet together and in that meeting you go through what has gone well and not so well, both in your personal life, your family life, and your professional life, and each month you pick a topic where someone's really struggling. So as like in the CEOs, you like at the top, you typically don't have anyone to share stuff with. So it's an amazingly powerful way for you to unpack like issues that you have at work, personally or at home, and then no one can actually tell you what to do. Everyone like basically gives an example of what a similar circumstance they've been through, what they've learned from that, what they did that worked well, and what they did that didn't work well, and then you, I guess, take all that feedback from everyone, and then you're able to use it to help you solve the issue that you've got. So to me, that's helped immensely. I've been in YPO for about 6 years now, and that's really helped me personally and professionally to grow a lot.
That's very, very good. Yeah. That initiative is really inspiring. It's something. It's a very good initiative.
Yeah. So I guess especially peer-to-peer learning. So I think if you're not a member of an organization like that, I just encourage you to like people to find, I guess, find peers that you can learn on. You have to be comfortable to share.
Yeah.
Like to share, like to be vulnerable and to share some pretty, what is it? It's pretty tough stuff to share. But there's a huge amount of learning you can get from it.
It's a very good initiative to have like a safe space to share within all the CEOs of your area also,
Yeah.
to share and grow together. It's a very good. So according to you, what skills does a good leader need to have?
Good skills. I guess the high level one obviously is good people skills, but I think that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of people. So I think to me, I've always been, like I said before, I think the best skill that you can have is listening, because if you don't sit down and listen to people and understand what issues they've got or where their concerns are, where they want support from, you give them your perspective every time. So I think it's really sitting down and listening to people and then giving them support. So ultimately, I think all of us appreciate it when people put time into, like, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, or at work, being coached on the job. So I think if you're struggling at work, even as a senior leader, and you've got someone that you trust, that you can go and speak to and share these things with, that really helps a lot. And I think the more people get to trust you, the more they'll share with you, and the more you can support them. And I think at the end of the day, as a leader, you want your team to succeed as best as they can, and you don't do that by shouting and screaming at them and pushing them harder. I believe in pushing my team very hard, but always letting them know that I'm there to support them and demonstrating, I guess, the way that I do, how I'm going to support them.
So I would like to have your insight about systemic development.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean for you?
To me, I'm about to embark on the journey for systemic development for my team. But to me, it's like, in the company perspective anyway, it's really around changing, I guess, the culture, the ethos of the company, and developing the company's leaders, and then the leaders below them and the people below them. So it's, I've done a lot of work on myself, and now I really want to take, I guess, our leadership team to the next level. So it's really working with my team to develop ourselves, well, individually, because we'll have like one-to-one coaching, obviously, but then also developing ourselves as a team. So really getting to a space where, like, it's in my company at the moment, I don't feel there's enough trust between the senior executives. So I don't think people, like I said, people work in silos. They don't trust they can share things with people in open meetings. So to me, it's really getting to a space where we can develop systemically as a leadership team first, build that trust, and I think from there take it down further into the organization, because it's, as leaders, we often forget that people look at us as role models, and if they see that the senior executives are not working together, then they won't work together. So I think it's, to me, it's really around setting the foundations first with the leadership team, but then really driving, I guess, systemic development, as in development through the organization, to how we want to, how we want to be, how our culture needs to be at the organization.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mark van Beuningen, for being with us and for your inspirational insights.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
See you.